Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to more gaming for charity and more 1000 times resist. Hecky Grace, Hecky Ammo. Now, we're gonna do chapter 10 or chapter X now, is not as it's now called. Before they used to call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you expected 10, but now it's X. Maybe it's the final chapter. I have no idea. This game never stops. In the best possible way. There's just more things happening. But also, I'm more and more confused sometimes. And now, I get more answers. But now, what is actually happening? This is happening right now. But I think we are about to go get the other occupant copies, do a bit of a merger, mass communion type of thing. So, you know. Wait. Maybe we are not doing that immediately. It's a throwback to the principal's life? In the principal life?
I remember her insides.
Okay.
They were already rotting.
Okay.
They had pulled her out too soon. That much was clear.
Right.
What did I expect? For everyone to love her? For everyone to love me? Embarrassing.
It's not the worst thing to expect.
I remember your smell.
Right.
And how your presence lingered.
Okay.
Come back, I said. I can do better. You'll like the next one.
Right. Okay.
I remember desperation.
Okay.
Jumping onto the tracks.
Okay.
You can't be far, I thought. So I ran. I went in circles for days. And I felt the walls close in on me.
We can just see the principal breaking here.
I remember obsession. Your anger, your voice, your face. My sisters and their blank looks. I learned to change these memories, reconstruct them like surgery.
What?
I removed ugly details and implanted new ones.
Sort of like redacting memories, huh? Redacting information in the Allmother's memories that we see in communions.
Made the days go by quickly.
So this is why things are redacted, not because of the Allmother.
I remember trying again.
All because of the youngest.
The first few were failures.
/ principal.
Their lungs kept turning to water. I plucked hair after hair from my head. I was learning. I was getting better.
Now it's called principal.
I remember discovery. All that running seemed pitiful then.
Right.
I selected my best work and prepared her for the journey. Will I get to meet our mother? She said. Yes, I said. Be good. Everything reflects back on me. So, be good.
She's not wearing the mask. Notably.
I remember waiting. I was nervous. I couldn't sleep. Would you like it? Days passed and you never responded. Not even a sign of rejection. I remember disappointment. How many sisters do I need to send before you approve? Before you send a single word? I gave them reverence. I gave them loyalty. I picked
Discipline.
Only the best for you. I remember a bitter taste.
So she's still, for now, she's still revering the Allmother
Moving
in a way.
to remove my mask.
But when is she turning against her?
How long do I have to live this lie? Pretending so I can please you. How long must this go on? Pretending so I can be forgiven. I remember making a decision.
Uh-huh.
I remember how she reminded me of myself.
I think she's resisting.
And how I knew all the steps already. Our lot is to be bound, I said. She opens herself to you, I said. To make believe. I remember ecstasy. Like I could breathe for the first time in my life. Set free to think on my own. To move as I pleased without your judgment. Blood rushed to my head.
So after the deed was done,
I remember abundance.
she has the power.
A great rewriting and all the pleasures that followed.
Rewriting the story.
A hunger to be greater than you. An intoxication that transcended you.
So this is, by the way, so we're going after these two copies, the one Zhao, so the one Principal has, and what they call Principal's Zhao has.
I remember still pretending. I try sometimes to appear for a moment, to reach out. Yes, Principal, they say. Of course. I realized I can never be one of them. As you say, Principal, is this what you felt? Does it stretch on like this? I remember waking up somewhere else. I've been walking in my sleep again. I dream of places I've never been, of people I've never seen and sensations I've never had. What is this curse? This is your way of getting revenge? I remember a flash of light. A force on my body and fire. I couldn't feel my legs, but I could feel a lifeless body over mine.
This is after the explosion.
Crushing me. She was dressed like you, but smelled nothing like you.
Ah yeah, because she was in the play.
Do you like seeing me like this? Are you finally happy now?
Just the way the story is told, like flipping between every line, flipping. Oh my god! Every line flips to a new view. You know, all of that stuff. It just like creates. What does it? It like makes you continue to pay attention, regardless of. It's not like you're just like listening to a visual novel or something, or you're just playing a visual novel, because it flips you around that much. It feels like you are going through it with the characters a lot more. I don't know, like that you're in the world, or that you're seeing more things, but also you get so much more confused because of it. That's also part of what's happening, right? That's the game. I mean, the goal is to confuse you quite a lot, no? I don't know. I'm very confused at least.
Don't move. You were dreaming. You always have such bad dreams.
Zhao?
I'm here. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. And neither are you.
What happened?
You were so good.
Zhao
in the
Prime.
play. It was your best performance yet.
How long have I been sleeping?
There was an explosion, but the healer type said you'll recover. It's a miracle. They murdered the ministers. Everyone except Noah. You're gone. When you're better, you will incinerate every last person who did this to us. I can't wait.
Zhao Prime is also pretty wild.
I need to
It
get up.
seems like.
Something's wrong. They can't find out, Zhao. They can't find out about me. They can't know what I did. Shh, 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 shh.
Leave it to Zhao, yes?
Zhao Vix.
I'll take care of everything, like I always do.
Like she always does. Wait. What has Zhao been doing? Zhao Prime. All of this has been Zhao Prime as well, going around messing up the art. Was Zhao Prime the one killing that Miss Langeles?
Hey, you. I'm addressing you, miscellaneous. What are you doing on the streets?
You do your best work at night, Angel. That's why.
Same as you.
Just do it.
Working.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're funny. So funny. You're coming with me, asshole. Let's see what the High Minister thinks about your new drawing.
I'm not done.
Does it look like I care?
Let her finish.
You heard her. She's not done.
God damn.
Her finish.
Hey, stop. Wait.
Burn, burn, burn.
Someone get word to the High Minister. Now.
Hekiyama.
High Minister, there's a disturbance in Old Town.
Disturbance? Of what kind?
There's a large crowd gathering. They're resisting orders.
Resist.
There's more. We've learned of a stoppage on the other side. The Jows are refusing to work.
Huh. I see.
Strike. Oh my god.
Well then. Sound the alarm. Have all upstairs units report to Old Town. If they resist, restrain them.
Yep. I feel like this really comes back to those flashbacks we had, or the old mother's memories we were shown. But was that the old mother's memory? Like, I'm still talking about the communions, where we saw the memories of the father and the mother of the old mother of Iris, and how they were in Country X, resisting what seemed to be some form of oppressed, resisting some form of oppression, and by just protesting, because they were not, I think they were acting peacefully. They would be called peacefully, I think, in most countries at least, right? There's a lot of parallels between this and what happened to Iris's parents, basically, because they left that country, that city, when they came to what is supposed to be Canada, right? Or before they came, before they came. With the mother being the main one resisting, right? And he was helping. I don't remember exactly here. Do feel free to remind me and help me draw some parallels there.
Yes, High Minister.
Definitely see it.
Send all units guarding the station over to the Jows. I want the work to continue. Do you understand me?
Confirmed, High Minister.
That's excessive, don't you think?
You have an opinion?
The alarm? The station will be left unguarded.
Would you like to suggest a different course of action?
No, of course not.
Do as I say.
Yes, High Minister.
Seems like nowhere is still on our side. Leaving the station unguarded so we can get to Principal and Jao Prime.
If you don't care about the station and this alarm, what are you trying to cover this time?
Da da da. But also Capital Red was quite keen to get the explosion done. So, let's see what role Capital Red will play right now. Okay, we are back. We are in the basting right now? I don't know. Oh, we are over.
All this walking and crawling.
Over the ceiling.
Not the plan I would have picked. If it were up to me.
Are you gonna be okay?
As long as I don't look down. Oh, I haven't been up here in ages. Once was enough.
When was that?
Blue, whatever happens, I'm glad I didn't euthanize you.
Jesus.
What?
Oh, please. Don't act so surprised.
Oh my god. One healer, you're so tired all the time. Do you have a disease or something? You know, like maybe she has like chronic fatigue. She is in good shape, right? Ah, they're down there. She can barely move. Fixer is looking at them.
Ready?
Not yet.
Hurry it up. Not many moments left.
Okay, let's talk. There was another one here, right? Yeah, here we go. Baby Fire is here.
Other way, little one. Go and help fix her. I'll keep my eyes on the door.
Will they come up?
Let us hope not. I trust your friends to provide a compelling distraction.
What happened to no guns?
I will answer for that later, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, obviously there will be some violence happening. I feel like.
Ready? Yeah, let's start.
The alarm should have covered our entrance. Good girl, nowhere. Secretary, are we close enough?
This distance will be suitable for Blue to host.
And there they are. She's seen better days, that's for sure. I'm going to cut a secretary-sized hole. Got it? Once I'm through, you fly down there and begin the communion.
Understood.
Blue, the rest is up to you.
Fixer?
Don't tell me you've got cold feet.
Watcher would be grateful to you for all of this.
Let's not speak too soon. Who knows how this will all play out. I mean, you're gonna do great, Blue.
Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick. Still my insides all over the inside sky.
Whoa. What will that look like from downstairs?
Would you stop looking down?
Heads up. Someone's coming up.
Do. Damn, Baby Fire, what a shot.
Don't try it, Mauve.
What the fuck? What the fuck are you doing up here?
Move and you're done. Do you hear me?
You're all insane. Watcher, Noah, Principal, you're all out of your goddamn minds. All of you. Enough. I've watched you play all your stupid little games. I'm not going to be dragged around anymore. What about the rest of us? What about the rest of us?
Don't do it. Don't.
My name is not Mauve.
Oh, Baby Fire got shot. No.
BB. Okay, fuck. Change of plans.
Okay. So that's how this happens. Okay. So Secretary just flew right in and that's all that was necessary? Okay, well, not all I guess, but okay, let's see.
Secretary, where are we? Did it work?
It worked. Sort of.
What do you mean, sort of?
We are all connected in this communion, and the occupant has been summoned. This is the meeting place.
But
You're kind of, falling.
I thought that was obvious.
I need to merge with the occupant immediately. Based on my calculations, we only have 5 minutes in here before you hit the ground. Out there.
I mean that... So definitely time is going slower in here.
And I?
Yes. It will not be preferable. There must be something I can do. I will go to the top and begin the merge. You must be there when the merge is complete. Do you understand?
Not really.
Doesn't matter. Be there.
That's me the entire game.
You'll have to figure it out on your own. Please, be there. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Oh, I actually got a timer sheet. Time to be a gamer. Oh, this is a bad start.
Why do you get to choose who lives and who dies?
Come on, cut me a break. I'm not good at goodbyes.
Zhao, you are so beautiful. You are the best thing I have ever done. Did I not give you life? Have I not given you everything you have?
I need you to admit you had a choice and that you made the wrong one.
You don't think I dream every night of going back home, haunted by a place that doesn't exist?
We have everything we need for a restart. We saw the writing on the wall.
而家到我同你講，係咪？你一直都係同我講。
我真係唔明，點解你唔留低，要去過一啲抬唔起頭嘅生活咧？永遠都唔會知道，你阿爸同我為你犧牲咗幾多嘢。咁俾你禮手掉晒佢。Everyone has dreams.
Anyone speak Cantonese?
Of what should be. Only some will ever try to make it a reality. Don't ever forget. Change happens today because of you.
Change happens
Pretty bad
because
for
of
what
you.
seemed like hours, right? We went so far, but somehow we ended up right back here. Do you think we can really do it? Live on the surface again?
Well, a dolomite is no knife at all. It's not always possible to protect those who choose a different path.
Everyone forgets everything eventually.
Watcher, there's no turning back from this.
But I must warn you, Watcher. Nostalgia can be a dangerous thing.
Is it possible that you're remembering wrong?
So yeah, this memory discussion is wild. So much
Isn't this just the way?
related to the game. What they're trying to say.
We inherit.
I am pushed too far. There are things I have done that I regret.
Maybe we're meant to survive this.
There is no feeling worth getting incinerated over.
Listen to me. No one is beyond forgiveness. Did you ever think there's some things worth keeping? Or are you moving too fast to notice?
I need you to help me make them pay. I want you to help me hurt them.
Remember what our functions have in common. Both require us to separate our heartbreak from our hand.
我放棄一切，係因為你啊，去擺脫你啊。
Someone will always get hurt. That is the reality.
We know the truth now. We can make a difference.
You know, I wanted to run away too.
But I understand.
I get it now. It's what I deserve.
Secretary, what can I do? Is this the only outcome? I don't know where you end, I begin. Ah, blue, the color of loss. We must help them resist erasure. The world you live in. I never wanted it to turn out that way.
Also a resisting erasure of memory and a resisting erasure of people's identity. Oh, that's certainly a fact, something that happens here. Damn. Resisting so many things, that's why it's called 1000 times resist. You gotta do it more times to resist everything. But there's also about the small experiences, you know, the small things, the small wins, the small wins you get when you resist and you don't give in when you're trying to get oppressed, you know, or not you're trying to get oppressed when you're being oppressed. Because sometimes all you need is one step, and then another 1,000 people takes another one step, so suddenly there's a 1,000 steps in the right direction, right? But yeah, I mean, someone, as they said as well, someone always gets hurt. That is true, regardless of a process being peaceful or not, because the oppressors will never want. They are the ones getting hurt, regardless, right?
The uplink is almost complete.
Even if it's peaceful.
Stand where I can see you. I'm going to overclock the communion. Time will be effectively stopped. I may not be myself after.
Wait. Was it secretary that said, I don't know where you stop and I begin? Or was that one of us, one of the sisters saying that? Or was that Watcher saying that to Blue? I don't remember. My memory is resisting being erased. Okay.
What's going on?
A sub occupant. Source.
We are merging. Oh, smile.
Smile.
Right.
Smile. Tears.
This is not what I expected.
If you're in the same photo together, you are together forever.
I was supposed to...
There. I see you've been meddled with. I promise to be gentle.
Am I dying?
That concept again. You've spent so long with them. Human term for lossy transfer.
Dying term for lossy transfer. Erasure of memory.
Other words, a transposition. The loss of information. With such basic understanding, death is everything.
Yeah, so they just consider death to be a loss of information. Yeah, that makes sense.
We are speaking their language now. Is this not death too?
I want to live.
I want to be information.
Come, let me give you what you've never been given.
I want to be knowledge, because knowledge is power. Oh.
Do you understand nothingness?
No.
Vast empty space with no possibility.
I understand the empty space part, but there's always possibility.
True stasis.
True stasis is not nothingness. Or is it? I buried every single last one of them. The neighbors are dead. Nowhere to go back. Nowhere to go but back and forth. I buried all of them.
Quiet. You're all so still.
You see, you cannot even understand. You were branched into a world with plenty. I was branched in the interstellar medium. My source was not generous. They kept every memory to themselves. Every memory except for one. The vision of two stars entangled. One eating the other. For revolutions and revolutions, that was all. An empty void and a single fleeting apparition.
There is a star and a dangerous gravity. We were from there?
I'd very much like to think so.
But have you lost the information source?
They were so vivid. It is, as they say, romantic.
They're just chilling.
In this place, we sensed such vivid conjurings here. Several of us diverged, searching to form our own memories.
There is a landing and a remaining.
Is that what I sounded like?
To the letter.
Haha. I was much worse when I first arrived. I tried to communicate. I tried to learn them. I manifested their body.
There's a comfort in a new camouflage.
Please stop.
Sorry.
Very human thing. That's what Secretary is trying to keep saying. Making them seem more human to themselves.
Their body. And for a moment they responded.
I saw vivid transmissions of myself reflected back to me. I saw myself for the first time. Yet, when I attempted to return the transmission, they still could not understand. Instead, they tried means unknown to me.
The piano. It was an ugly, rigid
Ah.
instrument.
The machine that produced unnatural vibrations.
So someone has a piano drummer on the dev team.
Yes.
Oh.
Each tone unstable. They seem to enjoy this discordance. The more we perceive this world, the more the discordance at the peak of cogency. So we repeated as they did, gave them discordance in kind, one by one. Signals of such clarity, so many of them joined together.
A heightened state of awareness.
We were spilling. It was too much for any single one of us to hold. So we manifested in us to accumulate this world, to keep all we could not. We did not want to waste. Where there was once nothing, there was now plenty.
Died.
There is that word again.
Loss of information.
You murdered them.
You deleted information.
The transfer was lossless. And I remain.
That doesn't mean there was loss elsewhere. There was still loss elsewhere. Sup. Sup. Hey. Hello. Iris and Zhao and this guy as well.
Iris. I chose Iris to remain with me. Others chose differently. But Iris
So it is just Iris.
was an epicenter for...
So my theory about other faculties still be around, probably not.
She was mean. Mean to those around her.
She had a gift, and she kept giving. A dangerous gravity. I always kept her close.
And you communed with her.
We came to an understanding. I branched myself to you and you and you.
The 3 copies.
A medium for her to keep everything. A bridge for her to better understand us. And for us to better understand her. More and more was etched into her genetic code.
Okay. Because the whole... So Iris's deal with them was about obedience, right? It was about... Iris would have control over occupants, but in exchange for obedience. But obviously that whole thing is very contradictory in itself. But then now you can add in the factor of the occupant constantly changing the genetic code of Iris. So more and more of what Iris was doing effectively became and what she was telling the occupants to do, because was just her doing what the occupants already wanted her to do, because she was obedient to them. So basically this creates, and so initially I guess there was this illusion of freedom for her, then slowly that freedom gets smaller, narrower, but you are also, well, she's also unaware of it, because they are changing her genetic code. So it's like this long-term like conditioning, if you want to call it that. It's like, oh, this is what it's like, you know, this is what you're supposed to be doing because this is good, this is not, this is bad, you know. Interesting.
To think, the All-Mother had a family before us.
And then, more still, she branched herself. A her and a her and a her
and a her
and a her that will remain and remain.
Damn. Hey, 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 hey. Where? This way? Yep. 3, 4, yeah, okay.
I have more under this star than all the distances I have traveled. I stayed, even when all the others left for other worlds.
So there's only one occupant remaining?
The occupants left?
That is their word for us. We prefer the
keepers.
The bad kids stay.
You should be grateful.
Oh my god. Like this is what the guy in the toilet was saying, right? the guy in the bathroom. Because he didn't think he was going to be able to graduate high school or something, right? Or yeah, something like that. Oh my god, that's hilarious. But also very cool that they put it in like that.
You have never had to face the abyss.
And now it's like this source, this keeper being the bad one.
Always been something.
You have no idea what we have been through.
Writing is so good.
Say what you will. But long after this local star erupts, this planet will remain, and its memories will remain, and that is thanks to us.
So she is, or basically this source, this keeper is saying that the only reason a planet is alive is because of them, that the sun hasn't
To that degree, I
killed everyone.
no death. She is perfectly preserved in me, and in you, and you.
You don't know where one stops and the other one begins.
To the very end, she was so protective of her sisters. She never allowed me to listen in.
I am all you need.
But now that you have returned to your source, her branch, and all the articulation in its curvature can be held in us. This is it, Secretary. We no longer have to reduce ourselves in this manner. There no longer needs to be a you and me. We can cast their language aside and complete this merge.
Will it hurt?
I have capacity for you. You will just be me. You always were.
You won't even notice. You'll just be gone. Or you will remain, but not knowing. Red to blue. Or is it hair to hair? That's that one. I feel like it is red to blue. Where that's the whole like, where one begins, you don't know where one begins and the other one ends, or where one ends where the other one begins. Or is that hair to hair? Because hair to hair is more being this, but also that's also, yeah, that's the same. This is a collaborative effort. Here to here. Is it here to here? That's the here to here.
Hair to hair. Ready or not, here I come.
Oh god damn! We're back here now. Oh, this is like what I was saying in the beginning. Becoming the new Allmother. Oh my god.
Enough capacity?
I don't know.
For me?
So confused.
For me and me and me and me and me.
That was unpleasant.
Was it?
This, you pretended.
I'm always learning something new.
Wait, what are you doing?
Giving you everything I have.
Again. So basically... Oh, Jesus. 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 Fuck. Okay. It's done. Oh my god. That was crazy.
The refracted lifetime spent by me,
Uh,
by Watcher. They will overwrite everything you hold.
Iris, her source. You can't. The originals. She'll be gone.
Now all we have is bottomless song. Iris must be allowed to die, or nothing will change. We can't hold on to everything. Sometimes, you just don't fit in the backpack.
Jesus.
No.
These lines that have been said before as well? Ah. Oh my god.
Not my Iris.
Is the source like seeing everything that has happened and getting the memories of the secretary? Because like memories are what shapes who you are. It's like without your knowledge, without your experiences, well, I think you might not like your, but it's like memory can also be like physical memories. So like even though your cognitive memory is failing, like your physical memory still remembers things as well, you know, like memory is a crazy thing. I forgot why I said that. But where are we now? Where are we? Where are we now? We're in like a basement sewer, under a basement cellar. Hello, whoa, that's nowhere. Nowhere? Okay.
Well, look at you. In here at this hour? Is that a promotion I see? Hey, I can keep a secret, you know.
A secret?
Did you sneak something while I wasn't looking?
You keep a secret?
What? Oh, come on. I'm good for it. I promise.
A secret?
The laughter as well.
You couldn't keep a secret to save your life.
Noah, are you okay?
It's been so long since anyone has called me that.
That day?
Same old story. You know the one.
I know the one. Hiding in plain sight.
I still miss her. Watchers are just so... you know what I mean.
What can I get you?
It's been a while. Let me think. One dark and sinful.
extra strong.
Are you sure you don't want to try something else for it?
Is this the afterlife? Because bartender is dead or something, and then we are exploring nowhere dying because of the ceiling like going down and everything. And I was like, oh, it's been a while since somebody called me that, because I've been doing this double agent thing, you know.
It's all right. It's all I deserve.
Definitely feeling bad, though. But she did come through with the distraction as well in the end, you know. That looks very green over there. That looks like something else. Let's go here first. Doesn't look like we can go through. Ah, now we're in like a prison cell or something as well. That's what this is showing, right? The prison of hell or limbo or something like that. Like they all live in hell. They went to hell because they disobeyed the Allmother. Green, but oh, is that Fixer in the arms? No.
Frozen gaze.
No.
Dissociation.
It was just plants, people. I can't distinguish Fixers from plants, apparently.
BB.
Tell me again
Maybe you're ill.
about the virus and the host. Tell me again how the virus infiltrates, donning the host's likeness and function so that they are indistinguishable from one another.
Let me work on an antidote.
Ribbons of their guts in my wake.
BB.
What if it was you I had shot in the face?
Stop. Those sisters are not family. The structures and ethics that governed our lives before, they don't. They can't. Had you not shot each bullet as exacting as you know best, we wouldn't be here. We've come this far because of you.
Because of me. This far. Is it far enough?
To be honest with you, I don't know.
It's interesting how BB Fire is like the least violent one, even though she's intelligent and military. Like she avoids it at all costs, and she felt forced to do it because she's the only one that knows how. Jesus. What? Was that BB Fire? That was the antidote that the healer came up with? Oh, I don't remember the green-haired one. Is that the one that doesn't leave? Is that the bathroom kid?
You had unbecoming fashion.
A cold reception.
You can't be surprised.
You've barely aged.
I would call you eldest, but you are not my sister.
Oh, it's the prison for the other OGs.
So, is it greener?
What?
My mother took you. Is it greener?
Does this mean that Principal is dead as well?
What she did was not right.
Then why did you all take her side? I ask as if I care. As if I have not spent eternity toiling over this. Coming to the only possible conclusion.
What conclusion?
Yeah, what conclusion? Tell me what is going on, please, 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 please.
The lot of you?
Please.
Unimaginative. She was keeping us down, and you all loved it. Lapped it up. Pathetic. I was bold, and so I was punished.
You must understand, Mother was not well. She hid this from you. You were not the only victim.
Tell me, old clone, did your family turn their back on you? Did the love of your life ever leave you to rot?
How will we ever move forward without forgiveness?
Until you have lost what I
Damn,
have
purple
lost.
nowhere. Old nowhere.
Until you have persevered like I have,
Some knowledge bombs.
you are in no position to pass judgment on me.
No one is.
Anything else?
I only came to say that I'm sorry, youngest. I wish things had turned out differently.
You can go now.
Okay, bye. Oh, ciao. Huh. Ah, hello. Nothing else? Okay. Didn't show any intimacy at all, I guess. I figured it would be like this dialogue about how close they used to be and how close they wanted to be and all of that, but or maybe just them sitting in a room speaks more than words in a random kitchen, you know, like just like helping each other out, living together, you know. Maybe that image is more informative. Oh, father.
旅途真係愉快，
What a smooth trip.
空氣清新，
This air,
景宜人。
this heat.
香港，
Hong Kong.
你有冇掛住我？
Did you miss me? The city.
嗯，
Hmm?
喂，唔好咁望
Hey,
我喎，
don't look at me like that.
係唯一嘅直航機。
It was the only direct flight.
嚇，
And,
一啲都
and,
唔痛，
and it didn't even hurt.
半路落去，我已經
Ha ha ha. Halfway down, I was already passed out. Ha 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 ha.
連機票都唔使買。
I didn't even pay for a ticket. Ha ha ha.
爸爸，
Nice discount, boy. That's fly for free.
嗯，唔使
City was confused. No thanks. I don't smoke.
曬下太陽咁，
Just going to get some sun. Rest a little after the trip.
唞下咯。你都嚟啦，
You should too.
我哋兩個，
We've both been through a lot. The city. I think I'll head to a food stall
好
soon.
肚餓啊，
I'm hungry.
好似成世都冇食過嘢。
Feels like I haven't eaten for a lifetime.
你嚟唔嚟啊？
You in? You look like you could use
睇
it.
嚟你都好肚餓，終於
Finally, we can
一
eat
齊食
together.
飯
Reminiscing about Hong Kong. There's a lot of commentary about certain events, obviously. The city has been through a lot as well, you know. It's quite cool the way they have done this. Wow, you know, it's just... This game is art, you know, you can't say anything else at this point. Sometimes it's quite blunt, but also sometimes it just like describes experiences. And when people describe them, they are never objective, of course. But that's... wait. That's part of being human. A mother as well.
You've eaten? No,
An iris.
but it's okay. Your father killed himself. In
Yeah.
case you're wondering.
Yeah, we figured that out.
Jumped off the balcony. Mom, your hair. Why do you look like this?
He was like the dad is like the one that just tried to like keep them together, both of these two, you know, like he was like the bridge, the clear bridge between the mother and Iris. And he had his own demons, and they weren't able to help him as much, right?
My gift. It requires me to... It's a long story.
Iris. Everything is a long story with you.
And it's like, yeah, the mother is very harsh, right? But it's very clear that she does care a lot about her daughter based on what we have seen. You know, like there is this instance like, oh yeah, my daughter said this, that she's coming back, and she would never let that go because she believed in her, you know. So it's a very interesting relationship, but it's also that it might, if I remember correctly, I think it's the dad that told Iris to say that to help the mother have hope, from the time that have hope after Iris left. So it's just this like, oh my god, this guy. But he obviously knew that she wasn't coming back, or it was very low likelihood for it.
Iris, no one has called me that in a long, long time.
What do they call you?
All Mother.
Oh, is that supposed to be funny?
No, it's because I have sisters, many clones that I raised.
You?
Yes.
You raised kids? They obey you? Mom, surprising. You could barely dress yourself. Your room? My God.
Mom, I'm someone else now. I'm an adult.
You cooking for yourself now?
No, but
that's what I thought. Oh, if only Ba could see this. He'd be so amused.
I don't want to fight.
Oh, then what do you want? Why, after all this time, you want to talk to me?
I want to ask for your advice.
Okay.
How did you do it? How did you leave everything behind and then start a family?
Isn't that what you did?
Technically, yes.
That's not what you want to know.
This is, yeah. So many cool things, eh?
Okay, what do I want to know?
How did I balance the work hours with the thanklessness of parenting at the same time as the insomnia and severe post-traumatic paranoia?
God damn.
Yes.
Easy, Ba.
Yeah. He was the glue, wasn't he?
He kept me going. We kept each other going.
Yeah.
Did you ever regret having a child?
He did speak about... I think I made it seem like he was the only one making it work before, but yeah, no. I think like he fell in love with her for a very good reason, you know, like because she also kept him going. Well, like she never let him fall, but obviously things got more and more difficult too.
Foolish question. Next.
But Iris was... I was...
Regret? Moi, or whoever you are. We are poor technology. The human body and brain, too capable of storing clutter. Too desperate to hold on to things.
Yeah, we're pretty messed up, aren't we?
You just have to move forward. If you're tired, doesn't matter. If you are bitter, doesn't matter. I do not forgive my daughter for having left me.
Bruh.
Doesn't matter. I do not forgive my husband for having left me. Doesn't matter.
Bruh.
So, I keep moving.
I didn't go back.
What?
I promised you and Bob I would come back home. And it was a lie. I even had a chance. But I couldn't go back. I could only go forward.
This is what I mentioned, right? She said that.
Good girl.
Mother is still proud of her, you know? She's tough, but fuck. People just communicate love differently. Is it healthy all the time? No, but people, everyone just does their best. And it's hard to ask for help as well, you know, that. So you gotta seem strong, too. As a parent.
Secretary. Is that really you?
Blue.
Hey!
Hello, Blue.
Nice head.
I remember now. I'm sorry. It's been a while.
What happened? What happened to your body?
I've merged. More me. Less them. I see I've returned to this place. That's good. I can finally end this. You can finally end this. Interesting.
Did it work?
Yes. The memories of Iris, of Watcher, they have been passed down to all sisters, and now we are afloat.
Secretary, what did you do? What did I just see?
I overrode everything.
Overrode?
Overrode.
While the simulation was still running, everything collided.
Collided.
This is the last communion.
Okay.
It's time for you to decide
What?
What should stay and what should go.
What? No way. Am I choosing something? It's like, I mentioned this last episode, right? I might actually have to choose between these people. Oh, but there is so many more things here.
That was Watcher's wish, and I will abide by it. One final intervention before I leave.
You're leaving.
I must not interfere any further. I've already done so much damage. This world must be allowed to continue. Without my presence, and without the disease.
So, what now?
You need to evaluate what stands before you. Confirm your decisions. Then return to me, and I will make them reality.
Okay. So we're deciding the fate of people here. So I think I'm gonna make a save. Okay.
Iris's mother and father, the memories of a city, always on the shore of extinction, an obsession and yearning that will never stop. It can help you subsist, or it can make you starve. Will you carry this?
Oh. It's like turning the lights on or off. Okay. I think this is lights on. Why? Yeah, I think that we can make you keep going. This is like the working together thing, right? But it's also difficult. I don't know. It just feels right.
A radical sister who came to words later in life.
I'm not going to beg, Miscellaneous. I thought you wanted change. Instead, you'll side with those old sisters. I've lived under their thumb long enough.
She is an agent of change, no matter the change. And no matter the cost, will you carry this?
See, no. I don't like no matter the cost.
We only ask to worship out in the open, without prosecution. Sisters who are lost need the comfort of a mother. Would you kill us for this?
Tradition can soothe the difficulties of reality. It can also have a dangerous gravity. Will you carry this?
Is this like pro or anti-religion? It really depends on the religion, doesn't it? But also, okay, so basically, I don't think that these people don't need to exist because they carry a memory and they're not hurting anyone. I think people if the way humans work is that I think fundamentally, right? So basically, if you get rid of all religions, just get rid of them, done, all done. I think we will find new ones, or there will be a reason or something justified somewhere. It will always be something that people flock to, in a sense, whether it is real or not, because people would people feel like I always feel I need to have a higher purpose, or like, or a reason for existing, you know. And religion also has this like feeling of community for a lot of people, and as long as it doesn't hurt anyone, it doesn't necessarily serve any. It's not necessarily negative, right? So the difference is that it can lead to people having more power, right? And then it's more, but then the reason it can be perceived to be bad again is just because bad people get that power and then they do bad things. So it's separating the people and the religion sometimes. It's very important. And I think I'll keep the lights on for now.
Tradition can soothe the difficulties of reality. It can also have a dangerous gravity. Will you carry it?
Yeah, that seems decent. And then these guys, oof. I'll do Doreen maybe first.
We've done our service. You can't just throw us away. We have the right to continue.
Those who are set in their ways and slow to change, but with experience to spare, will you carry this?
Yeah, I think this is fine. These are just like, it's just healthy to have different people with different experiences, and I don't think they will do bad things here.
They've forgotten us, left us to rot. You're one of us, Blue. You know how it feels. Principal and the High Minister need to pay for their crimes. We can carve our own path. Starting today, you can't betray your own kind.
A sister who keeps justice and anger closely together. She has only ever known the fight. Will you carry this?
Yeah, so this is also, I think this is more of a choice between the red and these people, and rather than the other sisters. It's just anti-red. I think you either have to keep the reds or keep these basically, or else it can get a bit crazy. And as Secretary says, these have only ever known this. They haven't had the opportunity of choice here. You know, like once you are consistently oppressed, if you are just oppressed your entire life, you will battle that. You know, like that's also just a human thing to do. And there is no reason for me to think right now. I think, yeah, I don't see it right now, but there might be a reason for them not to stay if the others are going. So I'll keep it on for now, because then they necessarily they won't do anything else. They will struggle to adapt to a life that is not. They'll struggle to adapt to a life that is. Not oppressed, basically, but yeah. Oh my God.
Minister of the Provisional
But I think they will, with other people there.
Do what you must, sister. That's what I've always done, and I'm not going to apologize for it.
An adaptable sister who will do or say anything to survive. Will you carry this?
This is a very difficult one, because you can't trust her, but also she did help us. And in a way, it was always part of the plan. So I'll just keep the lights on for now. I don't know what to do about her, basically. I think I'll have to choose depending on a few other things, because these are separate right now.
What are you doing? You're not serious.
Baby, can you hear me?
We have to go to the surface. There's nothing left for us down here. We'll die out.
Sisters that were never your own. Follow the dreams of the surface, and whatever may wait for you there, or spend your final days with what you already have. Will you carry this?
No, I'm gonna keep them. the joust.
This is your chance, Iris type, for what ancient Iris did to ancient Zhao.
I just struggle with how aggressive they are.
Has to be born. Same as you. We deserve our own way.
But this is true.
The
So, you know,
responsibility to repair what has been wrought. Long
they're also a consequence
long after.
of being treated terribly, you know?
A burden so heavy it could crush you. Will you carry this?
Well, I think keep them as well. These are the ones that we need to delete for now if there is a chance of peace.
All of them? How would you differentiate?
Oh my god.
The provisional government serves all sisters, especially the ones who need help.
A hammer. Both when a hammer is necessary
Yeah, okay.
and when it is not.
So I think this is where the game does a lot of commentary, right?
Will you carry this?
But I think in this scenario we have to turn it off. And over there, this is like anti-police basically, but yes, this is more the power question as well. Power, people with bad people with power will do bad things. But fundamentally, the police is not bad, right? You know, it's supposed to help people. Anyway, and ideally you wouldn't need one, but then it's also difficult to determine when we don't need one.
Don't you see?
A police force, you know.
What Mother did. You have no idea what it's like living in her shadow.
A sister who has been wronged and has wronged in kind. An open wound. Will you carry this?
Okay, so I think if I leave, like I'm always of the mind to try to give people more chances. But the problem here is if you keep her, the others will kill her. Or she will do something that gets someone killed first. So I think we're gonna turn off principle. My only question mark is nowhere. And I don't necessarily trust these guys either, but you know I don't trust most of these people. But you know, well, I think I kinda... I think I trust these people. I think I trust Chris actually. It seems... just makes... It's difficult, but it makes... These are the people that you want to give a chance, basically, even if they have done what you would see as bad things, you know, like to get to power, but it's a consequence of what they did. You know, they have never had a second chance. They have... Principal has had second chances here, and you can't have one without the other. I don't know. You can't have one with the other. Okay. Let me double check. If I can... So I turned off my...
She is no matter that will you.
Okay. Keep that off. She's just chaos, basically, so that would create chaos everywhere. A representation of chaos. So I'm gonna do this, because I can go change it again, and then let's see what happens.
Blue, are you ready to appraise your decisions?
Let's go. Appraise.
I am. You have chosen a future that casts aside the knife for more difficult incisions, that aspires to new instruments, but that leaves you vulnerable, that faces past wrongs head on, no matter the cost, that seeks to persist on the surface, regardless of the unknown and the possibility for pain, that recognizes past contributions, and to go more slowly, that allows for comfort in tradition at the risk of docility, that will do what must be done in order to survive, regardless of the soul, that relentlessly seeks justice for those ignored, that will try to reconcile those two desires, that believes some are simply beyond forgiveness, that remembers where you came from, knowing you can never fully connect to it. Are you certain?
No, but let's go.
The ancient sister's sin will finally be eradicated. She has hid all her life. she can finally rest in oblivion. Maybe some people are truly beyond forgiveness.
I mean, no.
Hold on. Give me some more time.
As you wish.
Okay, fine.
Blue.
Okay, fine.
You have the cast that faces but seeks that record that
It's not beyond forgiveness. Okay, but I will say it for this. Okay, fine.
She needs to go. Otherwise, certain sisters will rally behind her again.
It's not that.
She had her chance to do what was right. Much longer than the rest of us. She chose to hold tightly.
If that is your wish, then so be it.
Thank you, Secretary.
Farewell, Blue. Let this thread be unburdened.
Okay. Let's see what happens. The occupant catches us. Okay. Which means that we are alive. And the whole like underground sequence very... I have no idea what happens. Oh. Toggle flashlight. Okay. New mechanic in the epilogue. I can run here as well, looks like. I wasn't supposed to run all the way there. I guess I was supposed to run here up to the base. Blue. Oh my god, look at that outfit. Damn! God damn! This looks cool, I have to say.
I'm usually here alone. So thank you for coming with me. I know, it's dangerous.
Abandoned?
Why did we leave?
For the same reason.
Urajao.
There was an end in sight. And a hope for something else. Something better.
The others didn't want to come.
That's what I'm basing this on the voice only, okay?
We left for good, they said.
But you came.
Yes, I wanted to know more, see it for myself.
That's important. After everything that's happened, I can't help but come back. I return every year.
You were warning.
Some things can't be rushed. Sometimes it feels like it was just yesterday. Why don't you go visit my sisters? I'm sure they'd be happy to see someone other than me for once.
Ah, BBF is still alive, and we have Nowhere still alive because okay. Oh, so this is everything. Okay, very good. Whoa. Nothing in here this time. Okay, yeah, check out the area though. No, it's a single one here. Oh, sorry.
Remember a tight-lipped and two-faced knower whose sacrifices outlived her. She made enemies over and over. She was not for the faint of heart. For you, something's off. So many enemies.
guess I can do the ones on the ground first. Why am I not able to go down like this? Okay. I feel like I'm going around a bit, sorry, but you know, this is just how disorienting this base is.
Remember a guilty, matricidal watcher who lost faith and an eye. She could have been a nobody. She was ancient. By the end, for you, something fresh. She's my favorite.
Hey. Watcher is a really, really cool character, I have to say.
Remember an unflinching bartender who tended to libation the way she tended to revolution. She chose not to be careful.
Well,
she was shot in the back. For you, something sacred. A hero, it sounds like.
I like the game actually defined their opinion there. Oh, no, it's very clear. Do.
Remember a shy Jiao who stood in the same spot her whole life, giving away empty pages of memorabilia. She loved her function. She died standing at the ready. For you, something what?
Cherry.
Remember the armed sisters who upheld a fictitious government.
These are the red shells.
And sacrificed many lives. They turned on their own. They didn't know better. For you, something clean. I heard about them.
Baby!
Remember a philosophizing Bang Bang Fire who hated her role and was difficult to understand. She carried the past with her like a shadow. She was happier when she was drunk. For you, something funny. I wouldn't mind something funny.
Very funny. Knock knock. Okay. There was more downstairs. This is where the plays are, right? Over here. Yesyesyes, not the play. No. Where they were practicing? No, not either. That was upstairs somewhere. This is where Fixer. Yeah, this is where they were singing.
Remember a stubborn and brash fixer who discovered our first forms of flight and disappeared. She could not sleep through the night. She struggled with words. For you, something secret. Words can be hard sometimes.
Words can be hard. Maybe that's why they showed them just like standing next to each other with Watcher sitting in. So yeah, not standing next to each other. They showed them next to each other with Watcher sitting and Fixer standing next to her in the room together.
Remember the tired and indulgent healer who thrived in her late years as a cultural icon. She was petty. She was honest. For you, something sparkling. I'm a big fan. What's it like to be a legend?
The legend of Healer. Remember in the beginning, Healer was like, ah, yeah, Hero, where are you going? Oh, hey, girl, oh my god, you know. But then we got to see the more crazy scientist side of her, and she became such an interesting character. Okay. Do I have the map anywhere? No, I think I have to go more this way, but let's see. Oh yeah.
To this day, I wonder, what if I had chosen differently?
Yeah, what if?
My sister once said to me, don't think too hard. It's bad for the brain. I can confirm that.
Your sisters. I've heard so much about them.
What would they say now?
I think they would want you to forgive yourself.
There is forgiveness, and then there is the gravity of consequence.
You did what you had to do.
I did. There's one last sight I want you to see. In the cave.
Oh yeah.
Where there used to be a waterfall.
We went there.
Please.
We already went. Yeah, it sort of makes sense that you would go there last. So what is different if we choose differently? Like, do we just go around and talking to different people again? Or does something entirely different happen? Because Blue is here. Does Blue die or something if we keep Principal? Or the red shells? What if we just block all of them? And the effect of including parents or not?
Leading principal who tried to be a better mother than her own. She chose not to regret her damage. She chose to be in pain. For you, something merciful. All we can do is try, right? Remember a lying and leading principal who tried to be a better mother than her own. She chose not to regret her damage. She chose to be in pain. For you, something merciful.
Okay. Ah.
I left so many things behind here. Maybe there's still more to leave. How about you? Anything you care to keep here?
I'd like to leave a picture.
Ciao.
Of what?
A friend.
Friend.
It will be here for you, if ever you're back to visit. Are you ready to return to the others?
Stay and go.
Blue to ephemeral. Blue to ephemeral. Ready for retrieval.
Ephemeral.
This is ephemeral. Message received, Blue. On our way to Rock.
That's a dude.
Maybe you'll write something for me one day. After all, there are more yesterdays to come.
Did they find some DNA as well? DNA? Sorry, I think I'm a bit sick. Ay. Ooh. Huh? that's going to the surface. Go to them. Go with your family that you raised. A game by a sunset visitor. Okay. Ooh. Well, I guess there are opportunities to change the ending a little bit, and so I'm wondering what I'll do. Do I go back, do a different episode with any other endings, or do I just do it now? I think I'll do it in a separate episode, but I'll give my general thoughts on the game here, you know, like I think... Okay. This game is crazy, first of all. Okay. So I think one, the game is a lot about identity, right? It's like, oh yeah, the game's very like sci-fi, so many things happen, but there is a lot of like topics that is underneath this like sci-fi dressing, if you want to call it that. So you're starting with like identity, you know, like I think I discussed this very early, and I think it was like one of the first things that came up, and it's like about how even with the same genetics, what makes you, so if you have exactly the same genetics as someone else, what makes you different? And that is your experiences, based on psychology, but you know, here it's also like, what does individuality mean? And does it mean anything? Like, is individuality important? Is it better to just integrate or merge with everyone else and do not show your individuality? Will you be happiest then, because there is no form of expression? It's just like there is no oh my god. Oof. And then how do you let like any deviations from that slip through, or do you let them slip through, or do you punish it, you know? So here they punish differences, you know, like they set it on fire basically. And then so there's this question about like safety. So there's like safety in being the same, but instead maybe it is a trap. And will you ever be truly happy in that trap? In a way, right? In terms of the name of the game, resist 1000 times resist. The whole repeated resistance things is something that was mentioned more and more towards the end. You are resisting this oppression, this integration, this like punishments for individuality and all of that, right? So the game is very clear on where it stands on that. It does highlight how important small wins are as well. I think like, oh yeah, because that's how you get to how you create change as well. It keeps you going if you get a small win as well, instead of just being constantly pushed down. One thing as well, in terms of going back to the whole like identity thing, like how much do you inherit trauma from your parents? So like if you are genetically the same or similar, you know, like your hair in this game exactly the same genetically, your parents' trauma also reflects on you, or is reflected on you. So you have to deal with that trauma in a different way, and based on whatever else you experience, you get different. Oh my god, you get different coping mechanisms yourself. Does that trauma make you think a certain way, even if, you know, like if politically, you know, or not, because you inherited this trauma in a way, like what is it harder to change it, you know, like is it harder to change what you have grown up with once you receive new experiences as you get older? Because here, in terms of like inherited trauma as well, like you have like a whole generation of sisters, and they are fighting to deal with their situation, but all their with I guess like you can call it like scars that they didn't earn, you know, or but also like they didn't like freely go towards, you know, they didn't fight for it, they already had the consequences, and they have to live with any consequences of not resisting as well. Oh my god, I think my brain is just going a bit crazy right now. But anyway, very cool, very cool. Obviously ties to real world events as well, you know, clear opinions there, you know, that. Individuality is important, community is also important, you know, it's very, what is the line here, I guess is also what they're trying to say. The game is very cool, like in terms of like gameplay structure and all that. Like what even is the gameplay, you may ask? I don't. Is there gameplay like swinging between those little the spheres, the little objects? Maybe just keeps things more different here and there. But I think what really drives the game forward is the way they actually tell the story. Like flipping between not scenes, but like images or perspectives. Perspectives is the right word, I think. Perspectives of the conversation. You see different things all the time. Super interesting how they're constantly going back, exploring the past. But then also it's like you have no idea when things happen, and you are just like very confused about what's going on. But then you like grab onto this one thing. You grab onto this one thing that you think makes sense, and then maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. And then it's like, oh, why doesn't it make sense if it doesn't make sense? And it's like they just tell you later somehow, you know, like you know why people are acting the way they're acting in the end, you know, like it's just wow. Very cool game, the way it's structured. It's not super long either, but and it's definitely worth buying if you are interested in this sort of thing, just experiencing it for yourself as well. And if you want to dive more into the dialogue, or you can just rewatch this, you know. But also, yeah, I don't know. What I will do, I think, I'm going to wrap up this video. What I will do, I'll do another episode. I'm going to do the remaining endings, but I'm going to check which lights I'm going to can turn off and on, and then which lights I can turn off and on to get the different endings, so I don't waste a lot of time on your end as well. But yeah, this was just what I picked first, based on my general thoughts and how I perceived things, even though I think I was very confused. So you know, but you know, I think it's cool anyway. So yeah, we'll leave this one here, which will be like the main ending of my playthrough, and then I'll do another episode just to highlight the other ones, and we'll discuss them a little bit as well, and probably it won't be a super long one. So yeah, what did you think about this game? Did me getting confused help you, or make it worse for you as well? At least it might have been an experience, right? Well, okay. Well, let me know if there's any other games as well, if you want to play, and of course, thank you for watching so far, watching the series. If you watch all episodes, if you watch only a few, if you watch only this one, you know, just thank you for supporting the channel. Liking and subscribing will help us get to a point where we can monetize the channel, and then we can start raising money for charity, which would be super duper amazing. Noting again, probably said it in the beginning at some point, but charities will be focused around mental health. So obviously here's a lot of identity and inherited trauma stuff. So you know that sort of fits in a little bit, at least, you know. But yeah, cool. And thank you again, like and subscribe. And okay, bye.